Welcome back, everyone, to a new series. Well, this is out of ore. I keep calling it without ore, but it's out of ore. And I've set up my own mine. I set it up off camera because it took me a while to figure this out. I mean, this setup is over extravagant. I've got a double hopper, and I set this up for a specific reason. I did a little bit of playing off camera, but this double hopper actually helps for my dumbass dumping, because I tend to over dump, if that makes any sense. I don't want all the crap over here, so I basically want to put it here. So it has a dual output, so I made dual outputs. It comes up here and it merges together. Let me just walk on my belt here. And it goes into the trommel. From the trommel, it goes, excess coal goes into here. So, we can mine coal. Something Gold Rush we couldn't do. Oh, can't do that. Oh, smacking my head. So, then we get over here. The secondary line coming off here goes into here, which is our wash plant. And then from there, it goes down into here. And it cleans what it's supposed to. It cleans a lot of dirt. So we got, worthless dirt. We got some gold that we can refine. We've got rubies, apparently, diamonds, and silicone. So yeah, I haven't done too much. I just started actually digging a little bit off camera. Just to sort of see. And yes, it's a long way out of the pit. I started at the bottom. But, this game has a lot going for it, and of course, the last update, before that you didn't need power or anything, or whatnot, but now you do. So I put in some energy efficient power, and put a windmill in. I mean, everything's working. Now the biggest thing is, I found a coal seam here. That's why I'm digging out where I am. And as you can tell, there's different colors. And different colors obviously mean what you think they mean. They are specific. Now, I'm parking it here, and I'm trying to build out a little landing so I can dig more. I guess I should have my axe. I have my trusty axe. I don't think these are big enough yet to chop. Okay. How about this guy? Nope. How about this one? Yes. Tree logs are a thing, and because I am digging this out a bit, I mean, there is a road back here. I don't know where this road takes me. To an old mining encampment up here. This was a goat path by the looks of things here. Yeah, this is basically a goat path. I mean, this nice old building. I can't see inside of it, but can't get off either. Like I said, it's a nice old building. And probably a few of these around the map, to be honest. But yeah, we're going to check it out, clean it out. We got some logs. I guess I can sell it with the contract. Is this guy big enough yet? Nope. This guy on the edge, though, he's gonna die. Here we go. A bunch of stuff here. Apparently mushrooms too, but I'm not really sure what to do with them. I'm just sort of attempting right now to dig out enough of a dirt path, you could say. And yes, I am going to run the ground because this is gold rich dirt everywhere. And yeah, I don't know if I can actually get it into the truck at this angle, but I'm going to try. And yes, there are many different vehicles with this game that I found out. I still like doing it this way. I mean, I could get the giant excavators and stuff and do it that way, which we might. We might over time. There's vehicle parts, but for starters, there's different kinds of rock trucks. You can get the big RVICs, which are, the names in here aren't really the same, but they cost really a lot of money. And you can do underground mining too, and these things are huge. My little dorky rock truck is the cheapest one. It's one of these. Actually, I think it's the Arctic DX, whatever. Excavators. There's a couple wheeled units. There's a couple of the really big boys. Then you get into like these guys, the big shovels. So that's kind of fun. Maybe one day we'll get into one of like this guy, man. Then of course loaders. I've got the old beauty that's 78,000. I mean, bucket's huge, but it ain't no singing prize. Then you can actually do your own paving if you got the right gravel. Dozers, you can get a big D10 cat basically. And you can do graders. You can grade your own roads, and then you got different attachments for your excavators. You can fly overhead and see what you're doing. There's big tunneling machines. That's always fun. Trucks, you can have your own pickup truck if you so desire, or you can have a Sandvik, which is basically a little dump truck. I thought about having a Kenworth knockoff. And then fuel trucks, which I very well might have a fuel truck soon. And then buildings. This is where it gets fun. You can have you can put cell towers up. You can have your own CNC machines, company banks, concrete. Make your own concrete mixers. Fuel station. I think the oil derrick used to extract and process oil, water, and fuel, so you can make your own fuel. That's cool. And you can do massive buildings. You can have your own radio array and things like that, ore smelter, which we're going to do. We're going to have our own little mini wash plant and stuff like that. You can make your own steels and stuff like that, watchtowers and wood workbenches and all the fun stuff. So you can actually do a lot. This is the fun part. This is the factory. This is how you build your wash plant. And you basically point and click. It's really easy to do. You can make your own asphalt facility, which is just gravel into asphalt. I guess I could have just done the big hopper, to be honest with you, instead of doing the multi thing, but I kind of almost want to do that. I went with the dual. I guess it didn't need a dual. I'm an idiot. Didn't read. Froth floaters, elevators, dump decks. Guess I could do dump deck. Oh, yes, I got a bunch of all these parts left over. Let's just sell them and clean stuff up. Generator fuel. Yeah, and yes, you need your own power plants and such to run your equipment. Yeah, no, that's fun, right? You can buy materials if you so desire or so need them. Including the ore, you can actually buy stuff direct. Resources, you can buy the resources yourself too, and just do the... I prefer doing it this way. I prefer doing the digging myself. Call me a knob, but I prefer doing it like this. And look at that. We even cleaned the overburden. The problem with the overburden is it actually contains coal by the looks of that scene. Alright. I think I can put about... I could do another bucket. Bucket. And there is gold in some of that ore there. Yep, that's... See the different colored gravel down there? That's actually considered pay dirt, which can contain gold, but it actually can control and contain diamonds, rubies, and a whole bunch of other goodies. I need to go forward just a bit. There we go. I would have to say my Rocky truck is full. I don't know if C camera actually... Oh, it's free driver. Oh, I can do it. There is a... Okay, this is frightening. Ooh! It's also frightening when you drive off the edge with a full load of painter. To the plant. Oh, I remember how I did this last time. I popped up here first and then I turned around. Because otherwise it was a pain to turn around down there. Now, you don't have the washing effects quite the same as what the other game did, but I mean, this is a lot more in depth, so I can't complain. Alright, Shift R. Do you believe I'm done and emptied? Alright. See, and then it just flows. Conveyors are all working wonders. Goes up to the Washio plant. Then goes down and around. I don't know how much coal's going in here. That was Trommel. There's no coal yet. But that's being washed. And what we got coming in here? We got mostly dirt. I mean, I can sell dirt. Dirt is like dirt cheap. Minus the pun. Not seeing too much for gold ore going in. It's basically just dirt. I didn't make much off this one. Oh, we got some gold. Gold's going in. We are going to have to do some extracurricular work in making a shop or smelter or something. It's snowing. Well, that's groovy. It's actually snowing quite a bit. So yeah, we got a fair bit of stuff. I'm just gonna take the dirt out and sell it because it's worth more than $1 a piece. So that's, hey, we made like some money. Not much, but we made some. Alright, let's get out of this farking hole. Yeah, this is not what you call the biggest truck on the planet. But hey, 3 big loads with the front end loader? That ain't bad. I mean, again, it's not the greatest of freaking loaders. And there is quests in this, by the way. That's the other kind of beautiful secret. Okay, autosave complete. Let's go back home. Let's go to quests. See, there's many different quests. Boost in experience. And of course, just straight friggin' money. So the biggest thing that we probably... Yeah, Firewatch, they need wood for wood beams at Valhalla's culling. CNC rollers. Company and jobs, though. Start cutting logs. We could do that one. No, this is for computers, silicon ore. No, we could sell silicon ore. That is a thing that we can do. Let's do that, yes. Okay, so we can sell silicon ore. I don't have any aluminum. I haven't found any aluminum ore. I haven't actually found any iron ore. Gravels, coals. Let's also do keep the lights on, eh? Keep the lights on. So yeah, we got a couple ones. Oh, it's one or the other. Let's do the silicon ore first. I know I could probably make that one quicker. All right. Well, first of all, like I said, I'm trying to make a landing pad so I can quickly load up. At some point, we can go back into into there more. Make this a loading area, maybe. Might be an option. Or I could also cut this out enough that I could build a concrete platform in here and build it to a point where I can actually smelt some of my ores. Okay, we know there's coal in this. It's actually a pretty decent little coal seam. And don't worry if you're starting out on this too and you've come to the realization that you've dug a little too deep or whatnot and it's horrible or whatnot, just grab your shovel. Just start not using the shovel as a shovel, but just start beating one off here and then just sort of level out the edges. It's oddly satisfying and it works. Look at that, nice and smooth. We got some material there. See? So much easier. Actually, I'm just going to take off a bit of the top here. Turning around when you're stuck is a problem. Oh, I overloaded that bucket with freaking... And I know a lot of you will say, well, you just got a bucket full of random dirt. I ain't gonna have anything in it. Yeah, there could be, actually. To be fully honest, the coal is just on the outside, so there's probably a fair bit of coal in this stuff, so I'm not going to count my chickens before they hatch. See, again, that was a big bucket full of coal. So much so that the front end is actually dragging on the ground. Now, I have a choice. I mean, I have enough cash flow right now to keep me running. So I don't necessarily... I could put some more in there yet, I think. Yeah, maybe not. Maybe I should just haul this. One thing I was going to say is, one thing we could do is just hold off for a minute or two and then sort of think about it. There is tons and tons and tons of ore down here. That was a lot harder than I needed it to be. And yes, your equipment does break down, so that's fun. Start moving about here. Okay, I've actually done a few loads so far. Obviously my dirt ain't gonna do much, but it's probably, it's going up. There is some coal going in there. Like I said, you gotta be careful. And getting lots of dirt, some coal. We only have 12 silicon. Not silicone, silicon. How much do we need for our quests? 54, and we've got 12. Yeah, right, that's gonna be a long road. Yeah, we haven't got pretty much any silicone off that. Okay, so we did get some. So basically, I think the general rule of thumb that I'm going to do here is build enough of a landing pad, or clean out enough that I can make a landing pad with it. I should get closer than that. And that way we can build a smelter and whatnot to do the rest. I don't have any iron ore. I don't even know what that looks like yet. Alright. Oop, that bounced me out. I have to take a different run at it. There we go. I mean, yeah, if I dig all the way out to that side road, I think that's probably a pretty good path for us. I think. We're going to try it. Oop. Back up. Just a slight bit. There we go. That looks like mostly a load of coal. I mean, that's a good thing, mind you. Actually, I might still come back out a little bit more and take a lot more of this edge out. If it'll let me. Apparently it's a hard dig right here. There we go. Well, this is more pay dirt right here. But I am trying to take another good swath out of it here. Just trying to give myself a bit more of a landing. That way we can have, I don't know, I'm kind of working along the lines of, it'll be like a pit office. You know, the start of, when you drive into the place, there's an office, like that. And then off of it we can do some sort of pit, or smelter or something like that. But should definitely have a little bit more of a pit office or something. Diggy diggy. Why won't you dig? They don't have enough angle on you? Is that what's going on here? Not too much of an angle. I don't want to dig down necessarily. Although we have cleaned out a bit of an area so far tonight. That's encouraging. I don't, because this is all dirt. We're not down deep enough yet that we found paved gravel. This is just dirt. I would have to say, that lovely little dump truck is full again. Yeah, I might just come up here, turn around, drive back down, and try and turn around down there again. Don't go off, don't go off, don't go off. It's a lot of dirt to spill. I mean, coming down off the pit. No problem, we can do that real quick. I don't know, that might actually be better now. Of course, when I first was doing it, I did not have the setup like I do now, so. Alright. Definitely a bit of weight there. I'm not even going to check it. I'm just going to take off. Not going to check it only because ain't worth the time and effort. We know it's making something. What that something is, we don't know. Now, at some point when we go to doing digging, especially over straight ahead, we'll actually probably have a loading dock or something that we can dump into and whatnot. That might even dump into the hopper down there. We have a ways to go to get to that point, though. I'm pretty sure this is just dirt right here. I'm only going to take out another span or width here. About like that. That's good enough. I mean, there's still coal there. We're still mining coal. I guess at this point in time, we're more coal miners. I mean, not complaining. Coal is worth a pretty penny. Still can't complain. We still are making gold. There is some there. I'm just trying to dig out enough of a path here that we can build a pit office. Now, this map in particular did actually come with a sell point. And it's right up there. You can sell all your ore directly if you like or whatnot. And that's fine. You can do that. I don't particularly want to do that. This is a huge load of freaking coal. Yeah, that one definitely filled up the truck with coal. Silicon? We have not got much. And all my silicon actually has come from here. I haven't dug any of it out of the bottom of the pit, so if anybody says, oh, it's probably the bottom of the pit where all of it is. No, it is actually not. It's right here. It's in the normal pit. Still getting coal there. This truck will probably be pretty friggin' full after this bucket. Whoop! I was gonna hit the parking brake on that. That was a slight bit of a fail, to be honest. Alright, we've got coal for days. Alright. Moving on up the hill. We are gaining more ground here. I am actually able to turn around easier. As I drive off the edge, because this thing has a turning radius of a football field. There's a hell of a seam of coal right there. Oh, shit. Well, speaking of going off the edge, I don't know if I can actually recover. Nope, thinking not. Don't worry. Really? Yeah. Have to go in here? Yep. Return to inventory. This is a horrible thing to do. Alright, we're gonna have to come down here and recover. Alright. Let's go home, vehicles, drive. Well, if I'm going down there, I might as well slop a load of frickin' crap with me. Shouldn't be overloaded. I just skipped some coal. Cause this thing can't make the turn. Alright, well, no harm, no foul. Even though we binned it, we can still recover some of it. So basically just 3 scoops anyways. Oop. Turned. I've got enough weight in the front end that she is bouncing on me. Because I'm not going to throw away all that. That's just friggin' ridiculous at this point if I did that. Especially since that's all my good coal. Now if I have over 6,000 coal, I'll switch the mission so I can recover some of it. But it's only 54 frickin' silicon. We should be able to do that. And the pit office isn't going to be too terribly huge either. I do not want to undermine too much of the roadway there. There's still more to clean up, but I also, like I said before, I didn't want to throw in. We dumped the truck. We don't want to throw any of it away. I'm just down here with this just for recovery purposes. And I mean, we didn't get all of it cleaned up, but that's good enough for now. We got a pretty good chunk of it cleaned. Alright, I don't know what's in any of this. You should always walk on your conveyor line. Oh, there we go. Some of it's going there. Good chunk of pay dirt moving. And coal. Well, we do have 1,300 coal. I mean, it's not super amounts, but ain't bad. Damn, we actually did gain a bit off that. How much is in here? Oh, we're up to 43. We almost have enough to finish this contract for silicon. That's not bad. We can get rid of the dirt. That's easy enough. Just go to your sell function, grab it here, and yeah, well, it was another 7 grand. I forgot to look. Do I actually have a loan? No, I don't have a loan. I can get money. Max debt is $1 million. Where others see risk, we see opportunity. Yeah, Lurman Brothers, Bank of the Year in 2008. Yes. To company funds. We can deposit to the company. So this is just cash flow at this point. Alright, we'll have to take the loader back up, but let's get rid of this Fandango. Fandango must go up the hill. Hopefully not fall off the edge. We've already done that once. Truck is struggling right now. I should also put more fuel in it, to be honest. And of course it had to fall off the edge in the worst place possible. Let's go get some extra fuel in. I think I might actually just try to cut straight in there. And that'll be our first sort of forward office type thing. We do have a general store here. That's full. So that's company bank. That's that. And way over here is the company store, where you can buy, including info, TNT. Yeah, like I need to blow up shit. I mean, kind of want to, but it is sitting on a pile of coal, though. Everything kind of is. It's kind of a nice little humidigger. Oh, there's piles more. I guess this is where I'm supposed to build, but I don't know. I think I'm gonna build in the mine. Screw that. Didn't really fill up. There we go. Now we're full as I just drive through the company bank. Oopsies. Oop, shit. Alright, let's break her neck. Well, oddly enough, this guy is like indestructible. Yeah, so this is kind of the first look. I kind of want to do a lot more with Out of Ore. It just seems to be one of those fun games. I mean, I freaking loved Gold Rush, except for the problems it had. This one has problems, I admit, but not the same extent. These problems are so minute, I can live with it. And the best part is, these guys are doing a hell of a lot more for their company profile, you could say. They're updating the game constantly. The newest one was the whole power system, and to be honest, I love it. I freaking love it. It took me a minute to figure out how it worked, but now that I figured it out, it is a fantastic feature of the game. So developers, you guys did a fantastic job on this one. One of the best upgrades, I think, because I've played this game off and on for a little while, and I must admit, the love for the game is huge, and to be honest, it's just an overall fantastic game to play. Now, are there issues? Yeah. Granted, there's no perfect game on this planet. but you guys tend to do a little bit better job of maintaining those issues. It's like, oh shit, this arised. Well, we better fix this. And you do. That's the best part. Like I said, I love Gold Rush the game, and simply put, mining gold is huge. This one gives you a lot more. There's just a whole lot more going on. And there's just a... But besides a whole lot more going on, it's just a whole lot more in depth. And I prefer that, to be honest, because, I mean, I've always said it. If guys are gold mining, why can't they get other stuff? There's other stuff in the ground. Alright, I think I'm just going to pick away at digging that side out now. Keep coming into it. And kadoosh. I think I can actually get a little more in there yet. Alright. Not really digging too much there. She's overloaded again anyways. But look at that. The pay dirt is literally sitting on top. So we should be actually... We should actually be sitting right at that point. Alright, the truck is losing dirt off the sides. We know she is full. Let's not try to bin it this time. Driving it off the edge now is just a bad idea. This one is loaded full of stuff that isn't coal. Don't get me wrong, I love my coal seam. But, don't get me wrong, there's still coal in here. I did still dig a little bit of that up. And the autosaves? Don't crash your computer when they do the save. That right there is worth the price of admission. Remember how it always glitched with Gold Rush? Same thing. Now, if they had a competitor thing like Gold Rush, that would be even better. Top gold miners, top coal miners, top steel makers, top aluminum, top precious gems. Like, it would just be huge. No, we still have stuff going in. We still have stuff going in. Alright. I am just checking, because I see my chat window blinking at me. Baby, it's deeply thinking about life. It is thinking about life so severely it's not even sure where it is. Yes, and there. That's the one you're supposed to go into. Okay, that one's not too bad. So yeah, like I said, I'm deeply enjoying this game. I didn't know about the other hopper, otherwise I wouldn't have to do this setup. But I mean, the setup is already pre-set up, I guess you could say. That if one of these was gravel, I could push this off into a different avenue and not have a merger. So that's a possibility. are there. Yeah, I can still clean all that up. That's not bad. This is quite the workout right here. Alright, I did kind of dig down a bit much there, but I'm trying to level it out a bit. Dump the bucket, not raise the wrong arm. There we go. Gonna need a bigger dump truck pretty soon, but at the same time, I'm also gonna have to sell some stuff. There we go. Alright, I'm more satisfied with that edge now. Actually, it's not that far out of level. There we go. We can still put some more dirt in there. Basically, I think it works out to being about 3 big scoops. But this is also another big scoop of potentially silicon. It may be silly to you, but it's still silicon. That's a horrible dad joke right there. Ba-doom. Alright, that's a pretty full friggin' truck. Yeah. Speaking of overfill, here we go. Let me just level out with my shovel. I'll go over here and I'll level off some of this as well. You know, some of us dig the dirt. Nah, some of us just hit it with a shovel, because I mean, it's just so much easier. Alright. Let's turn around up here. Now that I have more room, still need to dig that one out a little bit more square, because I want to pop the building there. This part I'm just sort of clearing off so that maybe, just maybe, I might be able to build the smelter and wash plant thing, so I can start refining out the gems, because I know those things are worth a pretty decent penny. So yeah, I'm definitely going to work towards that. And of course, coal. Coal is good. I love coal. Coal is a endless pay spectrum. Alright. Truck is not in park, but is close enough to the edge here that it should go just smoothly. Bippity boppity boop. We have dumped our load. Alright, I'm not going to look at you yet. I want to see how much coal I'm actually getting. Yeah, we don't have that much coal. How about silicon? I need 54. I have enough to finish this mission. And I'll just get rid of the dirt too while I'm at it. Alright, back to the sell feature. Dirt first, that's 4 grand. Silicon. Patuk. That should have finished it. Yes! That's easy to do. Hey! How's it going, JDM? So yeah, that finished that mission. Woohoo! Back to home. What are the quests we have? When we get more silicon, we could always work for keeping the lights on. They're basically endless missions, although when you finish the mission, you notice the XP and the amount of money disappears quickly. It is not worth very much. Oh yeah, absolutely. It's nothing spectacular. I gotta go back up to the top anyways. I just basically did a quick build. And then I realized that you could have just a regular hopper, not dual output. So my dual outputs is kind of a mute point. I could update it to gravel at some point. I gotta get back up to my top site so I can clear out more space to build my pit entrance. So yeah, that's my lovely little pit. It's actually working quite nice. And then of course I have everything run on one power plant right now. I mean, it works. It took me a while to figure out how the power plant works. You do have to have, case in point, let's go back. Not production, conveyors? Where's the part power? It is part power. You actually have to have an input, but you have to have an input that isn't too large, otherwise you blow your poles out. It took a little bit of a mind meld to figure out what that meant. So yeah, that's it so far. I'm just trying to clear out enough of a space here that I can build a pit office and a smelter, because I mean, production doesn't show it. It's probably part of quest buildings. No, it is not. Workbenches? Yeah, there we are. The ore smelter, of course, refined metals, plastics, and other essential stuff, and this produce gold ore, gems, and cement. So yeah, these are two of the top priorities. I mean, at some point in time, I can get into the steel rollers and whatnot. Storage container, just storage. I will probably put a storage container in the back afterwards. At this point, not yet. I'm still learning the game before I actually know what the hell I'm doing. Obviously, why would you do this if you didn't? So, that got into a new subject. Conveyors. I went with this one. Why? Because that's the first one my brain saw. This would have been a better option. Would have been a lot cheaper. Instead of going eep, up, oop, zip over, and merge again. Why? Oh well, it still works. I might change it up later. And then, of course, I was looking at the production side of this going, well, I mean, this, you got gravel going. I don't have any gravel, though. That's the problem. So, this doesn't do much. Although, thinking about it, I could maybe. Real life equipment or mine. Real life, I do have equipment experience. I wouldn't say a lot, but I know how to actually run equipment. Know how to run an excavator quite well. Alright. Clean off some more of the overburden off the top. Real life equipment, mostly they were a couple of Caterpillar pieces of equipment, but mostly John Deere and Volvos. Mostly track hose, some dozer, lots of skid steer. I'm kind of one of the few guys that still knows how to run both the original pedal control and the lever. And that's before joysticks came out. Actually, I still prefer the pedal controls, as dumb as that is. Really? I prefer them. Yeah, no, pedals I just have way more control over. Or maybe it was the old piece of crap Bobcat that I grew up on. It was special. We didn't have joysticks when I started out. Maybe, well, I mean, joysticks are a lot easier to maintain. But back when I started out, skid steers, there was two options. You had Bobcat or you had a Komatsu. They didn't even have John Deere's at that point. Actually, I started off on a little D3. Old as the hills. But reliable. That thing would start no matter what weather. Honestly, nowadays, I prefer D6. Again, as dumb as it is, the little guys tend to be a little bit more... You can get them into places that D8 couldn't. I know D8s have a lot more push power, but the D6s I can make work. I've driven one once. Not well, but I drove it. The joystick control was a little unusual. And it was only because we had a frickin' field fire out here. And one of the gravel pit guys dropped it off and says, "Oh, you know how to drive it." Never driven one in my entire life. Ah, you should be fine. Okay. Yeah, it was huge. I mean, getting up into a frickin' X9 combine is one thing. Getting up into a I gotta load. What the hell am I doing? Getting up into X9 combine's one thing, but you get up into a D11, you realize you're about 6 feet higher. I mean, it worked wonders to tip the frickin' grain cart that was on fire over. I must admit, over the years, I've never actually driven a rock truck in my life. Not once. Dump trucks? Yeah. Never a rock truck. Actually, I've never driven a grader either. Really? This just seems right. Yeah, I suppose it would be like kind of like an airplane. I mean, if I can figure out a giant combine, I'm pretty sure I could probably figure out a grader. I mean, it's not that much different, really, than a dozer. Combine's got tons of buttons, too. Especially the older series. And the newer ones. I'm a farm kid that grew up with playing with equipment. I should check this stuff. That's actually not too bad. I actually got some gold. Oh, I see that we're playing with Assassin's Creed Unity physics. We got some coal. Oh, cool. That's one thing I've never done is work in a mine. I probably could. It's just, I'm a contractor. I've worked my entire life working in the trades, so that's what I really know how to do, and that's what I really enjoy doing. Actually, I'm probably one of the few people around that can actually build your house from start to finish. Like, not hire other trades, but actually physically do it. I'd still hire the trades to certify my work, but oh, I would prefer to sit in a cab of a friggin' equipment all day long, but yeah, I can't really complain. I know I shouldn't be side angling this. Friggin' tractors are no different. I've driven a lot of equipment over the years. And actually the dumb thing is, I actually enjoy the simplicity of like combine work or swather or any kind of field work. I don't know, it's just simple and easy and relaxing. I can't actually fully explain it. It's just one of those weird feelings. The best part is I only run farm equipment when I'm called to run farm equipment. And I jump at the opportunity every time. It's like, yeah, okay, no problem. I'm going to do this. This is going to be fun. Actually, I must admit, this is actually one of the better games. It runs smooth. You can actually do stuff that without it flipping out machines across the map. Oh, yeah, 100%. Yeah, the pumps and everything. I was wondering about that. I was setting this one up and going, huh. So they've set it up with a wash plant, like your trommel and your main wash plant. There's no water. Really? Okay, so there are some weird glitches then. I mean, dozers are wonderful pieces of equipment. They go up just as much as they go down, or they can go sideways, and they are an amazing piece of equipment. Yeah, no water trucks either. I mean, I believe they're going to get there. The whole new power adjustment with everything is a huge increase in actually what the game needed. Well, I know when I first started playing a little bit that even the excavator was a little janky. But it has gotten better. Oh, okay, that's cool. haven't quite gotten used to the cab view. Well, I prefer it when I'm playing Farming Sim anyways, but that's only because I prefer, well, obviously the cab view when you're actually farming. I mean, this isn't too bad. You just gotta believe the road's in front of you. There we go. I can tell you though, when you're playing with the articulation on it, it is a little janky in the cab view for the rock truck. But still, that's not bad. Look at that, even got it in the right spot. Gets me to thinking. Oh, that is nice. Yeah, because I was gonna say that actually fits more of the bill of the Volvos than a cat, doesn't it? Nothing wrong with Volvo. It's just, yeah, like you said, they look like Volvos. Nothing wrong with the Volvos. It's just, it's not quite the same. I know what I was gonna do. I was gonna pick it up from the other side. So driving off the backside. Woohoo! I haven't actually tried most of the equipment yet. I'll have to get used to the position of the bucket at this angle, but that's not bad. Graphics are a little glitchy when you're running in 4K, but that's fine. A little close to the edge. Alright. I know I'm not close enough. There we go. Now I am. Hehehe. Where I'm at up here in Canada, there aren't much of the leapers around here. I've seen them. The only time I've ever actually seen them is if somebody's doing a big demo. That's the only time I've actually seen them. Now I've also driven or operated, I guess you could say, one of the weirdest frickin' Tracos ever on the planet. That thing, you basically got to do drugs to be able to figure out how to operate it. And that would be the Doosan. Those things are special. Actually, you know, the cab view on this isn't too bad. I just gotta learn where level is on my loader, and then I should be fine. But yeah, though, this actually isn't that bad. Yeah, the Doosan Tracos, those are definitely special. And the one that I operated, there's no frickin' pins or knuckles left on that thing, and it's just absolutely dreadful. Like I said, you basically have to be on drugs to figure it out. But the dumb thing is, that thing has not been ever maintained correctly, and it somehow manages to still work. I don't know how, but it still works. I don't even know what a Doosan is. Is it Chinese? Some kind of weird abortion of a piece of equipment. It digs a hole. That's all I can say. Just like driving my big truck. I park a half a mile away from frickin' it. Half a mile away from the curb. You know what? It's actually... I kind of getting used to the cab idea. I kind of like it. By the way, don't be knocking holes in your road. Otherwise, you gotta beat one off with a shovel. Holy crap, you can beat along. Yep, look it up. You can beat along pretty good on this road. Alright, refuel. Alright, this road is no saint. Alright, down the lonely road. That actually isn't that bad. I'll just sort of pat it down a little bit till I get used to the frickin' function of it. There, all nicely smooth. Yeah, so I need to think what I need to do so I can build my pit office is to take it back just a little bit more into the old road here, and then just square it up a little bit, and I should be fine. And this truck is gonna load. Who knows how many loads of stuff I've moved over the years. Every farm kid is basically a truck driver. Here, move this piece of equipment. Okie dokie. Here, you need to move this here. Okie dokie. Did you strap it down? Yeah, you didn't specify. How can you tell? Because it looks like you dragged the track a half mile. Oh. Yeah, I might have. Okay, just as curiosity. That's actually pretty good. I can work with this. Beauty. I don't know if I got it all out. Yeah, I did. Yeah, it's all in there. Woohoo! Alright, what do we got for coal? 4,000-ish? Close to? Alright. This was actually the Iron Hills map. It came like this. Believe it or not. I did not actually do this. It literally came like it. I just sort of modified it a bit. Oh, you're actually doing it fully. Yeah, no, I sort of... It's like buying an open pit and going, here, this is what's left. And you're going, oh, okay, I might be able to do something with this. I mean, could you actually take a pit like this in this game? Absolutely. I don't know what the depth is, but I would imagine you could probably go a lot deeper. Or get into the mountains, sort of. I think this is the Iron Hills map. Iron Pit. Iron Mountain Pit. My other one's a little special too. That one is more of the test between everything. More or less, I started near the middle of nowhere. Just came with the pit and I built everything else. Although now that I see the other one, I want to change it. At the same time of actually owning and running a business, it's like, yes, but that costs money to change it. I did have Discord for a while. I don't know if it's still actually up and running or works, but I've got to work on it at some point. It was tax season, so my mind was elsewhere for a long time. I can get rid of dirt at some point. I only play, well, it's like you. I play video games as more or less a hobby. I actually still work. At some point I'll get it up and running. I would imagine your hole is very lovely. Boat there, I'm thinking. Yep, just like real life. Let me try that again. Looks like I'm a lot closer than I am when I get up there, but yeah, nothing like getting freaking close. Yeah, I'm still a mile away. Yeah, that can be taken in many different ways. Depends on where your mind sits. Yeah, I can see where that could go. Alright. That edge actually isn't too bad. There we go. Not a full bucket, but it still works. Yeah, unfortunately, the old guys that were a lot of fun were the ones that always disappear. I know that one from experience. But many of those guys over the years. They were... Even though they were a bit of a hard ass at some point in time, they were also just a whole lot of fun to be around. And they didn't give a shit what people thought about them. I love guys like that. Hey, my one old boss before I started my company was like that too. There we go. Dig into that cliffside. Yeah, fill that bucket up some more with some more overburden on top. Yep, mm-hmm. Okay, dandy. I think I'm getting used to my distances now. The depth perception's starting to kick in. Still need to learn how to angle that bucket downwards a bit more though. Not that much. Actually, no, that was better. It was better. Alright. I do like the in-camera view a lot more. It just feels better. I still got a lot more to dig out, but we are getting closer. Back right up to the edge now. And turn! That's getting better. Add bounce and turn. And don't drive too close to that friggin' edge. Yeah, let's see if I can align myself up again. I'm off just a little bit. Turn. There we go. Yeah, my depth perception isn't that bad. Alright, that's gotta be enough. Huh! No, I clearly did not have it up enough. There we go. I didn't hear that the last time. I did not have it up enough. This time I did. We definitely need to start working on getting our smelter and everything up and running. Getting a pile of dirt. But it is right to say that there should be some more water. Water connections, water pump, water source. Either that or buy it. Or something. Alright, back out of my pit. I'll have to think on it. There is a chute. I still prefer the truck. The truck is actually just nice. I get close. Nope. Oh, it's just like real life. Did I get close? No. No, not really. Last one was better. It still goes up, but I mean, the last one was better. I did get down into it a bit more. My biggest thing is I just gotta get my depth perception right and figuring out exactly where my bucket needs to be. What I might do is this for a second. Get it down. Okay. Alright, that's what should look like. Alright. Still driving me up the hill a bit, but oh yeah, that was definitely way better. A lot of times I just need my depth perception to figure out what that is supposed to look like. I know the depth of perception for that now. That's pretty good. That I can live with. And off camera, I might be able to play around with a few other things and figure them out. Okay, that's actually not bad. Alright, now I'm starting to get it. Now I got it figured out. Alright. Park the truck a quarter mile away, I'd be fine. Actually, let's just put this down right here. Yeah, I'm starting to figure it out. Alright, let's get me back over here. That'll be my third bucket. This poor little articulating dump truck only can do about 3. And then it's full and then it's done and not much else we can do about it. We do have a lot more space to turn around now, which is groovy. Autosave. Love the fact that it actually auto-saves correctly and without glitching. And down we go. My windshield is getting dirty. Nope, back up more. Yep. Back up, dumper right there. Beauty. I like it. Let's move in pay dirt and coal. I didn't know I had that much coal in there, but yeah, apparently I do. That's not too bad. Lots of dirt, some gold, some other stuff. But I think that's going to be it for me tonight. I do have to get a few other things done in personal life, including printing off a few forms of construction permits and stuff. That'll be good. Yeah, well, I did say this game would be a whole lot better if it actually had stuff. Yeah, good night, JDM. Thanks for stopping in and watching tonight. And I always say this, and I'll continue saying it too. Thanks for watching, everyone. And we are streaming in 2 locations, both on YouTube, and we're also streaming on Kick. So make sure to Subscribe to the channels to make sure that you support them as best as you can. And of course, we'll see everyone on the next stream. Take care and thanks for watching.